Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of the Perception Diet, and we are here for the final installment of our Emotional Mastery series. So hopefully you have watched all the other videos and you know what we're doing and you know what we're talking about. If you haven't, the links are down below. And hopefully you have been practicing the Emotional Mastery process part 1. So in that process, you came into awareness of your heart space, right? That inner sanctuary, that inner place of peace that you always have access to. You came into contact with your inner observer. So the part of you that is experiencing your emotions, that is experiencing your reality, but is not your emotion, that is not your reality, okay? There was some space and distance. And you experienced that you could be with your negative emotion and also tune into your inner sanctuary at the same time, right? That you could switch your focus and switch how you were feeling based on what you were focusing on, all right? So with that, this process, is basically helping you to relax and release your resistance to your emotion, because you can feel that there's a separation between the two of you, that you are not your emotion, and that you do not have to feel completely focused on it if you don't want to. That inner sanctuary is available to you at all times. Okay, so now in this process, right? So again, this one might not work for you until you've done that other practice enough that you feel like you have some control over your emotional state. All right, so I want you to practice that other one over and over and over again until the intensity of your negative emotion becomes less once you step into that observer place. All right, when you have stepped into the observer place and you can feel less resistant and more curious about your emotion, that's when you're ready for this one, okay? So in this meditation, I'm going to lead you through a process of being curious about your negative emotion, of being curious about what you're experiencing, so that it can actually communicate a message to you. It might take you to a memory, it might take you to another emotion, it might take you to another feeling, it might give you other pictures, it doesn't matter. But to open yourself up, that right brain experience, to open yourself up to seeing and experiencing the negative emotion for all that it has to offer you, it's going to help you complete with your life, okay? This is how you get into unconditionally loving presence. And that's what we're going to practice in this meditation. Whatever that emotion leads you to, you as the observer self are going to bring your unconditionally loving presence to whatever it reveals to you. And in that process, it will probably reveal more and more and more to you as you bring more and more of this presence. But as you do this, you complete with what happened, okay? And you can then come into alignment to be fully okay with whatever happened to you. And then you can start to see it for what it was. You can learn from it what there was to learn from it. You will probably get lots of messages and lots of guides and lots of symbols and all of this. And it's going to help you process and move forward into a place where you can be in reality exactly how it is without needing to defend yourself against it. And then you're in the present moment. You're not operating on your conditioning anymore. You're not operating under get away from pain or trying to procure pleasure, but you can be with whatever is as it is and enjoy. Okay? So let's get started. So again, finding a comfortable position. If you need to turn off the video until you do that, that's fine. Sitting or laying is no problem. Comfortable clothing so you can breathe. All right. And when you're there, just drawing your eyes closed. And just like you've been practicing, begin by tuning into the body. Just doing a little check-in for what you feel, where you're at. No judgment. Just allowing the body to be where and what it is. Noticing the shoulders drop down and away from the ears. Chest becomes buoyant. Sending your breath to your chest. Noticing the area where your heart lives. And seeing if you can sense your heartbeat. If you can't, that's fine. Just drawing your awareness and your attention to your heart. And now shifting your focus to experiencing your energetic heart, your center of love, compassion, awareness, and safety. Starting to feel these emotions arise within you as you tune into this space. And then dropping in to visualizing your sacred heart space room. So seeing yourself standing inside your center, your inner sanctuary. Dropping in, noticing what it looks like. Noticing the floors, the walls. Noticing the shape, the colors, the decorations. Noticing the time of day, the lighting. Noticing if there's any nature, plants or animals. Noticing if you hear anything soothing or rejuvenating or relaxing in your inner heart space. Noticing any smells, any fragrance. Taking a moment to reach out your hands in your mind's eye and feel the textures of your inner sanctuary. And then noticing again that you are experiencing this room. That you are not the room itself. That you are the observer of your heart space room. You are the experiencer of the love and the peace, the safety, the relaxation. And that you have the power and the capacity to return yourself to this state at any moment. That you can come back here to this awareness of this experience whenever you want. And now I invite you again to conjure up your most recent negative emotion. So this could be fear, anger, anxiety, hopelessness, helplessness, sadness. Whatever negative emotion has been troubling you, call it by name, and then notice where you feel this emotion inside your body. So locate this emotion inside your physical being, even as you stand in your heart space room. And then noticing what it feels like. So remember, you're giving it some adjectives, some descriptive words, like heavy, light, staticky, tingling, numbness, hollow. Whatever you feel, just notice what you feel inside your body as you experience this negative emotion. And now watching as this negative emotion draws itself out of your body and materializes as an object in front of you. So noticing whatever you see. It can be an object, a person, a landscape, an environment, another room. It could be yourself. Any of that is fine. Just let it be whatever it is. And again, because this is your heart space room, I invite you to wrap your personified negative emotion in a bubble. Notice what you're seeing when you look at it. Pay very close attention to the details. Notice the color of the object, the shape, any sound, any fragrance, any motion or stagnation. And then again, take a moment to fully bring your awareness to the fact that you are looking at the personification of this emotion, that you are not the personification. Look to see that there is a separation between you who is observing this and the emotion itself. Really see that membrane around the emotion and see that it is not you. And hang out here until you really feel that sense of relaxation, that you are the experiencer of the emotion but not the emotion itself. Now connect with this observer self, this part of you that is aware that you are in your heart space room. So as you felt the emotion, you probably felt walls of resistance go up. You probably wanted to defend yourself or protect yourself from this emotion. So now really observe that it's inside the bubble and that it can't actually touch you. And that you are standing inside your inner sanctuary. So reconnecting with that peace and that love and that safety, even as the negative emotion is in front of you inside its bubble. And now as you witness this negative emotion inside its bubble, and you feel yourself experiencing your heart space room, feeling love and center and compassion, I invite you to send your negative emotion that love and that compassion. I invite you to look at your negative emotion and acknowledge that it is not there to hurt you, that it has no power to hurt you, that it is simply there to send you a message. See if you can relax and release your resistance to experiencing the negative emotion, knowing the experience it's trying to draw you to is one of awakening and expansion. That by the very nature of the fact that it can exist inside your heart space room, that it is a part of you, that is a loving part of you, that it is actually a compassionate part of you, that wants to help you and benefit you. Because this is your inner sanctuary and you set the rule that nothing that was for your bad could ever exist in here. This is the rule of your heart space room. It is your sanctuary. You are fully safe, which means there's nothing that you need to protect yourself from in here. So by the very nature of the fact that your negative emotion can accumulate itself in here and can personify itself in here, means that it's actually a helper, not a hinderer. So So as you feel yourself relaxing and sending compassion and love and understanding to this personified emotion, see if you can get curious about it. So rather than trying to figure out what it means, simply allow yourself to feel into it. What does this object feel like? What memories does feeling this object bring to mind? What other images? What other emotions? What other sensations? Just get curious about whatever this negative emotion brings to the surface in you. And then again, feeling yourself as the observer in your state of love and peace, observing what happens. Bringing to whatever memory, whatever sensation, whatever vision, whatever picture arises, the energy of unconditional, loving presence. This memory, this object, this feeling, this sensation is not there to hurt you. It's there to help you. And as you get curious and present with it, it will reveal itself to you. So just spend a few moments with this object, noticing yourself as the witness, bringing your loving and approving presence to whatever arises. And if it draws you back to a painful memory or a painful moment or a painful sensation, and you feel that you cannot be lovingly present with that, simply be lovingly present with the one who is experiencing it. Be lovingly present with yourself as the experiencer of this. Bring this loving heart space presence to whatever arises. Continue to relax and release and let it arise. Now you can stay with this practice as long as you like, being the compassionate, loving witness to whatever arises. And then whenever you're ready to come out, thanking yourself for revealing to yourself what you have. Connecting again with that witness that is lovingly accepting of all things. Connecting with your heart space room and your inner sanctuary. Coming back into your body. And whenever you're ready, opening the eyes. Alright, so this practice you're going to practice over and over. Bringing that heart space room feeling, the observer self feeling, to everything that arises. Right? So every memory, every sensation, every thought, every emotion, even if you can't love the actual memory itself in this moment, love the one that experienced it. Right? Bring that presence, bring that presence, bring that presence over and over, and this is how we do it. Alright, so like, subscribe, share, comment, questions, all that stuff, join Patreon, and I will see you in the next video.